First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Detroit Lions. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. You talk about this Lions defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6.
Here we go, here we go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
12.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Man, and he hits him in stride. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
Here we go.
And Burrow going to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And able to work his way down to the 16. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 11.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
on
And
one.
on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Now Burrow. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Looking to put a drive together. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 5-yard line.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he's got some space here. And all the way to the opposite 48. A big play there for Detroit. 47 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Intended for Jahmyr Gibbs.
The Lions at 500, sitting at 5-5. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
13 yards on the play.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Touchdown! A great play there. With touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he pulled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
The excellent play last time was followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
2nd and 7.
11, 12, here we go. 10, 10, 11, 11. 11, MT, tape. 11, 12, 12, 12. 11, Thomas.
Burrow looking to pass. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, It helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
11 mighty.
Now it's Burrow. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second down and 3. Back to throw here. And this is incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
And the Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Another run for Gibbs here. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 54 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game.
Another Detroit Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. Powering his way forward. Touchdown, Detroit! Isaiah Pacheco, 41 yards. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Bengals nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
At their own 35-yard line.
On 1, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Well, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
13 yards.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Here we go. Stop.
1st and 10 at the 47.
From the gun, they'll hand this off. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
From midfield now, Burrow. And it is caught. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39.
It's a gain of 11.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
First down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down.
Hands it off out of the gun. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
11 Thomas. 11 MT. 11 MT.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 37 yards. And the Bengals are back within a score. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far. How about this? He's to the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Here with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go. 11 mighty. 11.
Here's Burrow. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
First down, Bengals.
Keep your set. 180. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Chase, the motion man right. Burrow going to get this out to Chase. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Jamar Chase. Out of bounds at the 31-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
12, 12, 12. Here we go. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. This one caught downfield by Higgins. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
It's a gain of 21
a nice
yards.
gain of 21 yards.
That's good for a Bengals first
This
down.
is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They're going to go with a tight end here on the line play. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From back at the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal.
Get it.
Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bengals take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
14. Kevin McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
It's a gain of 14
137 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
On 2, ready?
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Ready? 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Cut.
Burrow will throw. Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Ashton Davis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted.
Well, Charles, you know, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
McPherson to kick off.
The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here we go, here we go. Bravo 80. Cowboy 80. Tight on.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
19 tight. 19. Hey, smash. Stay home. 19, 18.
They're going to try and throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
1st and 10 at the 32.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either have a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Shut up. Panther 60.
They're going to look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Isaiah Pacheco, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Bengals 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw once more on second and 10. Burrow. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
And it's third down.
11 mighty.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that went off the mark. A little late with the throw.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here we go. 11.
Burrow going for it on fourth. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
19 yards. And the Bengals first down. A gain of 19 yards.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Lions are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Intercepted.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A 2-yard loss brings up third down and 12.
19 tight.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now Burrow. It's caught. Mitchell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit.
Here we go.
Again, it's Burrow. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
On the right side open is Gesicki. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it second and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
Brings up third and goal.
3rd and goal. Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
180. 180.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping him on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
A 9-yard
that
loss.
one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Line.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Danny Gray, 38 yards. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bengals 21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this one over the back line of the end zone, where they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 12. And the Bengals.
Burrow looking to pass. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Shreds the tackle. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
11. Here we go. Ready? 11, Thomas.
Now it's Burrow. That is caught. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. A good pick up there, 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with the score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. This 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll drop to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now here's another interception. That's some strong running. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and here's Gibbs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
First and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Back to throw again. He gets this out well to Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Only a yard in the completion. It's second and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1.
Brings up third and goal.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Cup 19. Cup 19. Here we go. Set. Pep. Wrap up. 69 brick. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Now this time he'll look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. An incompletion there on fourth and goal from the 3. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not. And my goodness, another interception. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And the Lions are going to be set up in first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And the Lions first down.
Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Will set up for the 2-point conversion.
18 rattling. Chap, check, chap, check. 19 Lion. 70 range. Chap 60, chap 60.
They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good. That keeps the score Lions 48, Bengals 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go. 11, 11.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on and get back to practice in the next couple of days.
That one good for 37 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Lions are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so very well.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
69, Hawk 70, Hawk 7.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown. And the blowout continues. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league. 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared, but executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Lions, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.